Hey everyone, it's dietitian Ashley Koff. If you're joining me for the first time, guess what? This is my first time, and I am so excited. I was just having a great conversation with someone who is helping me with social media, which is great. I know a lot about organic chemistry, about how the body works, about helping people get better health powered by better nutrition, and I don't know a lot about social media. So as she was helping me, she said, "Do you know that you can actually go live on YouTube?" And that's where I am. So I am here to explain today one of the most important topics. This topic will change your life. I promise you. It changed mine. As a kid growing up, I thought that I was perfect and also could be perfect. And perfect for me, when I thought about my profession, was actually Angela Bauer from Who's the Boss. I wanted to be her. I thought it was so amazing. This beautiful woman who got up every day and went to work, although we actually never saw her at her job. But she went to work working in advertising. So she got to convince people what to buy and tell them what to buy and get them to do that. I thought that was amazing. And then she went home to hunky Tony Danza and to her mom, and they were all so lovely and everyone was so funny and life was great. We learn a lot of things as life goes on. So I actually pursued a career in advertising and I got involved with that. But along the way, I had some challenges. And the challenge was primarily my belly. And my belly, despite trying to do everything perfectly, from at a young age, trying diets and thinking that diets would help, trying sports and trying to be as good at sports as I could be. I actually did really well in school. So I would try, to get those perfect A's and perfect scores on tests and things like that. But along the way, while I was working in advertising, I was getting more and more fed up with the fact that my belly, and as a result, my health was just not better. And it took me quite a bit of time to learn that it's about better, not perfect. And I want to share with you why that's game changing, why it didn't just change my life. It actually created this career for me, but why it's also going to change your life. So when I learned that there was no perfect diet that was ever going to help my belly, and not even being perfect, as good as I could be about my fitness and my eating, it was never going to help, because as a child, I had ear infections and throat infections. And because of those, and I had taken a lot of antibiotics, I didn't have a better balance of good and bad bacteria in my digestive system. Now, today, y'all are like, probiotics, of course, Ashley. If you're taking an antibiotic, you ought to have a probiotic. But my parents didn't know that. They were always trying to do better for me, but they weren't perfect. And they for sure weren't futurists and knew that we would know all this stuff about the microbiome, right? And so as I came to learn about probiotics and about what a better balance of good bacteria could do in my digestive system, my belly got a lot better. And what I learned is there is no perfect probiotic. There's also no perfect amount of good and bad bacteria in your digestive tract. It's never going to be zero bad bacteria. And we're always going to need to work to get the good bacteria in, but we can be doing better. And so that takes me to reason number one, why we want to focus on better, not perfect. Why better, not perfect? Because, drum roll, there is no perfect health. By definition, the body never arrives at a perfect point. It's always trying to find this balance. It's always, this is going off there and this is going off there, and it's trying to bring it together to have everything work better. And we all know that. We know that there might be one moment where we're working on nutrition for our skin and we see our great results with our skin, but we trip and fall. And so now we have to work on our ankle healing because our ankle is sprained. And then the body has to, we get on a plane. And so now our digestion's off and we have to work on that. The body is never going to hit that perfect moment. We're born perfectly, and when we pass, we're imperfect. We are in a perfect state, but perfect is actually not alive. It's not the human body. Better and helping the body run better, and that's where better nutrition comes in, helping the body run better, powered by better nutrition. Better nutrition is giving the body the nutrient resources that it needs to run better without giving it things that will irritate and overwhelm and could disrupt its efforts. So that better it's about better, not perfect when it comes to your health. So inhale. The reason we meditate and we breathe and do all of these things is because we need to create a better balance. We have a lot of things that are stressing us out. We have a lot of things that are taking our attention. We have a lot of things to focus on, right? But what we want to be doing is creating a better balance of focusing and then also relaxing or letting go, right? And the same thing with breathing. If all we ever did was inhale, we wouldn't be alive. If all we ever did was exhale, we wouldn't be alive. So it's about that better balance of inhaling and exhaling more often and not holding our breath so much. So when it comes to why is better not perfect, the mantra for the better life win, it's because there is no perfect. Done. There's no ability to be a perfectarian. There's no perfect. Okay. So that's the number one reason, that there is actually no perfect. So why would we shoot for perfect? What we want to shoot for is better. What do we all want? We all want better health, and that's powered by better nutrition. Now, the second reason, if that first reason isn't enough for you, the second reason that it is so important for you to be thinking about better, not perfect, is that the pursuit of perfect does leave us perfectly frustrated, perfectly stressed, perfectly tired, perfectly hangry, perfectly fed up. And I think that's such an important one to realize, is that if you have been pursuing something so perfectly, if you have been trying so hard at something and it's not working for you, then very likely it's because you're trying to be too perfect. You know, when it comes to talking about nutrition, for example, people will say to me, like, what's a perfect lunch or what's a perfect breakfast for me? There is no perfect. It comes down to, what do you want? What's going to be delicious to you right now? Because we know that it better be delicious, because if not, you're going to go find something else, right? What's going to provide your body the nutrient resources that it needs right now? How can you do it? How can you actually make it happen, right? Is it about just grabbing the hummus and the vegetables and saying, wow, this is a better choice than me grabbing, some version of a puffed, snack or whatever, right? And getting in some vegetables. But, are the vegetables organic? It's not about being whether or not they're organic. That's a better choice, the hummus and the vegetables, even a better choice than having hummus and crackers, because the crackers would add more carbohydrate. But when somebody asks me what's the perfect amount, is it supposed to be 50, 30, 20? I have to do math on camera right now, right? What's the macronutrient balance? It's better for everyone. Is it the carbs? Is it the protein, the fat? What's perfect? There is no perfect, because our bodies are always needing, we might need a little bit more carbohydrate. That might give us that quick energy. We may need that at one point in the day. At another point in the day, we may do a little bit better with more protein, a little bit better with more of the healthy fats. And we always want those non-starchy vegetables. So again, it's about better, not perfect. And why is it such a bad idea to pursue perfect? And the fact that it leaves us perfectly frustrated, perfectly stressed, all of those things, is that those actually increase the nutrients that we need for the body to now deal with that new level of stress or frustration. So if you remember, frustration, stress, all of it tenses the body up, right? Tension in the body is like muscle contraction. That's what calcium is. Muscle relaxation is magnesium. Now, I'm not telling you to only get in magnesium. I don't want you in a relaxed state all the time, but I am telling you that we want the contraction and the magnesium. We need a better balance of those. And we've spent too much time focusing on that calcium. And when we think about the fact that, we, in our brains, we're thinking about what's the right diet for me. If you ever woken up in the morning, and I literally have had this conversation with myself, well, I could have farm eggs. And I could mix some vegetables in, and I could do like more of a paleo breakfast. And that's supposed to be so good for you. If you're trying to trim the belly, and I've got a big talk this week, and that'll be good on that part. But plant-based, it's about plant-based. I'm supposed to get in plants. So let me go ahead and I'll do quinoa and some nuts and seeds. But quinoa, what about the Bolivians? There really isn't enough quinoa in Bolivia for the Bolivians. And so I feel like that's bad from the environment. So maybe I should move over to oats. But I was just reading, and literally, the infobesity, the amount of information about nutrition can be so stressful in my brain as I'm trying to pursue a perfect breakfast. What I want to think about is, what's a better breakfast? What's better for my body right now? And when I ask myself that question, and I think about like the 9 betters of better nutrition, which you can grab over on my site, that's going to help you make those better, not perfect choices more often. So I hope in this under 10 minutes, I have convinced you of one thing only. That's my whole goal. And that is for you to pursue a life of better, not perfect. And if I can help you make better, not perfect nutrition choices more often, which, oh, by the way, leads to better nutrition, which powers your better health, then I actually, Koff RD, invite you to subscribe to this channel, where I will be talking about those better nutrition choices more often, as well as to hit me with a like if you enjoyed what you read. And if you have any questions or ideas for additional streams, live conversations or videos, please share them with me as well. And if you haven't checked out the Better Nutrition Program, head over to thebetternutritionprogram.com. We've got a lot of great tools to help you, again, make better, not perfect choices more often. All right. Take care, everyone.